Hey everybody, my name is Chuck Kerber. I'm an executive chef in the city of Pittsburgh, and I'm going to be answering a few questions here today for you guys so you can learn a little bit more about what I do as a chef and what my profession entails. So the first question here that your instructor asked me to answer, it says, what made you want to be a chef or choose this profession? I think that's a really good question. When I was very young, I liked to watch my parents cook in the kitchen, and my dad was German and my mom was Italian. So my dad was very scientific in his approach to cooking. He always measured things, did a lot of baking. He did a lot of breads and crepes and a dessert bread, a German bread called Stollen. And his approach was very calculated. Whereas my mom, she's full-blooded Italian from northern Italy. She would come in the kitchen and throw a bunch of different ingredients in a pan without measuring and just cook by intuition. And her dishes were always beautiful, and I loved the different marrying of flavors. So they both were very proficient cooks, and they loved to be in the kitchen. So I loved to be in the kitchen at the same time, and they realized that I had a really keen interest in cooking from a young age. So when I was around 4 years old, they used to pull up a stool to the stove and supervise me when I made eggs and pancakes and French toast, and just learned how to cook the basics. So it was fun, and from that time I was really hooked on cooking because I really enjoyed the whole process. It was really fun for me, and it really still is fun. And the second question here is, what is your favorite part about the job? I think that's another really good question. My favorite part of the job is being able to interact with clients and people in the dining room when I go out and get called out in the dining room because one of our diners is really having a good time or really enjoying a meal I prepared. I think it's really rewarding, and it's fun to hear what people like to eat and what they found memorable about their experience, because everybody has to eat and everybody enjoys to eat, and most people enjoy to cook. So I think talking to the people that have eaten my food and getting feedback and just being able to interact with them, it's really fun. I really enjoy it. What kind of training did I do for my job? That's a really good question too. So I have two different degrees. I have a culinary arts degree and I have a business degree. So I did a lot of schooling and a lot of training post-school. Culinary school was very demanding and a lot more difficult than I anticipated. We had a soups class, and you learn how to fabricate meat. And we did international cooking, and we had a bake class, and then a lot of related classes like economics and accounting and math and English composition. So it was school was very demanding because I was working full time. And then the real learning took place during my externship when I completed my culinary training. I worked at a place called the Carlton downtown under someone named Chef Steve Sines, and he was an exceptional chef. He really taught me everything, a lot of what I know today. And the hours were long and difficult, but it was really learning under someone practically on the job, in my opinion, is more valuable than the skills I learned in school. And I'm just talking about cooking school, not college necessarily. So all my training really took place post culinary school. I say that's where I learned the majority of my skills. The fourth question here, it says, what does your workday look like? So I get to work at around 5 in the morning. It's really early. I know most people cringe at that, but I really, I like to get there early and make a cup of coffee and put my heavy whipping cream in. It's really good. And it gives me time to go through the kitchen and see what needs to be done before my staff gets there. Because once the staff gets there around 8 o'clock, everybody's asking me questions all day. So I really value the time really early in the morning when it's quiet. And I get to go through my coolers and see what kind of specials I want to run. It depends on what food I have. If I have fresh salmon, I could do a blackened salmon salad. Or if I have some fresh beef, I'll make a special dish. And for a dinner special, it's all at my discretion. I have a lot of autonomy. And so my days are long, but that's just being a chef, because besides cooking, I have to do all the ordering, and I have to manage a large staff. And my favorite part about the job, though, is when I'm actually behind the line creating dishes and cooking for clients. With my job, I've gotten to meet the mayor and the governor, and I got to meet Hillary Clinton, and I worked for Christina Aguilera for a couple years. I have a private catering business. I teach sometimes. So it's really been a fun career path. If you have any interest in cooking, I would recommend it. It's a passion of mine that has not dwindled over the years. I'm always excited to get in the kitchen, and it's been fun. I have no regrets, just fun experiences. I think I've been very blessed in my career choice, and I look forward to many more years. And if you guys can see, those are my knives, and that's in my kitchen at home. And so that concludes our questions here. There were 4 questions here. I think they were excellent questions. I hope I answered them to your satisfaction. And if anybody has any questions or you want to talk to me, you can drop me an email or you can call me on the phone. And I hope you guys are all staying safe and practicing social distancing. And this is all going to be over soon, and we're going to get back to our normal lives. And it was a pleasure speaking with you today, and I will hopefully talk to you soon. Thanks.